hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Dork Side of the Ring podcast. I am your host, your purveyor of all things dorky within the scope of professional wrestling and sports entertainment. I am Grumm. Hello. Glad to have you guys for another week, another fantastic episode, another fun episode this week. Thank you for all the reception to the last couple episodes. It has been good. It has been good. Whenever you're listening to this, I hope you're either, prepping for a fun Christmas or you had a fun Christmas. I know I did. I'm saying that before because it's Christmas. It's fun Christmas, right? It's always fun. At least for me. I love this season, time of the year, winter. I love it all. You know who doesn't though? People who don't enjoy cold, people who don't enjoy a sense of who weren't words here, who were not like privy or privileged enough to have a loving family, or things have happened. Those times, they not fun times, and that's okay. But you know what? You know who really doesn't like this time of year? Crybabies. People who cry. Babies, newborns. Happy New Year. That's where I was going with that. I don't know. It's not that great of a transition. But hey, look, crybabies. I tried to think of how could we do a New Year's baby thing after we did the Santa Claus episode last week, and I was like, you know what? There is one instance of babies, baby New Year. Well, there's another one. I don't know if there's a full episode on it, but hey, look, we did this week. This week we did the Crybaby Match from the In Your House 6. In Your House 6. In Your House 6. In Your House 6. Give me a second here. I'm going to look this up, right? I'm going to look this up because I had it in my notes and I did not save the notes after I added them. So that's the thing. You gotta be able to remember when you actually did it, And I'm like 99% sure it is the In Your House 6, right? So look, here's my thing, right? I don't always know, but I tend to remember the things. It's either In Your House 6 or it is something else. It's In Your House 6. Yeah. I was right. Look, a lot of time just to talk about when that was, and it wasn't In Your House 6. I'm right. You're wrong to doubt me and my edumacations. Look, we got our good friends from the Tilly TV community, SandyJ and GamingMyth, two good friends. It's a fun one. In fact, gaming knows zero about wrestling. Nothing. Zero about wrestling. Not a damn thing. To the point where I brought it up and I was like, oh, hey, gaming, do you know much about wrestling? And gaming's like, nope. No, I don't. And I was like, interesting. Okay. Do you know this wrestler? No. So we get to go over that. We talk about childhood insults on the playground. Also, there will be merch from this episode. We had a merch idea. I had a merch idea, and I'm getting it's going to be coming. We're going to 2022 year of the merch. We're going to have some good ideas. So, thank you again for supporting me and listening to my podcast. We are officially 6 months in. This is the 26th. It's halfway through. Good job by me. Good job by you, more importantly, for listening and keeping me going. If you want to continue to keep me going, this month is officially the start of how I now roll out all of my content is through my Patreon. So I got the Patreon for the Dork Side of the Ring, for my streamings, and my YouTube content creation. So patreon.com/Grumm or support.grumm.tv, and that'll take you exactly where you need to go. And help me out if you want to, if you wish to. If you do not want to and you want to continue to do this for free, I do not hold that against you. In fact, I appreciate it even more. That's right. If you give me money, I don't appreciate. That's false. I appreciate everybody equally. I don't know why I said that. Look, we're going to have a fun episode here. It is myself, GamingMyth and SandyJ talking about the Crybaby Match from In Your House 6 between Razor Ramon and the 1-2-3 Kid here on the Dork Side of the Ring podcast.
I like to wait for a show to be done and then binge watch it all. So
oh, but oh, so you're just gonna wait for so because of that, I'm gonna have to do seasons so that you can go and watch or listen to a year's worth of Dork Side episodes and binge listen. This is good. Good to
maybe.
Know. Market research. I honestly was thinking about that the other day. I was like, or not even the other day. It was like probably earlier today because I'm like, all right, I'm down to like 2 topics I'm gonna pick for for you guys episode, and I'm like, all right, like what? And I'm looking at, I'm like, man, I think I have all the good things. I'm like, and basically anything that comes up in a different podcast, that's a topic like either Dorkside or another wrestling podcast. Outside of that, I can't think of anything else. I'm all tapped out on things. I'm like counting, and I'm like, okay, I still have another good like year and a half more of to go through. So this is good. But then, do I just just do it all over again? And be like, hey, look, we're gonna talk about like we've talked about the Goon. I'm like, do I just find 2 new people to do the Goon? And I'm like, well, yeah, fuck it. That was the whole idea, anyways. If I ever run out of topics. Because wrestling is like...
It makes sense, yeah. Because you got different perspectives, too.
Yeah, and like, not everybody is going to become like, oh, I'm going to deep dive onto, episodes after I was on. Like, some people have, where they're like, yeah, I listen to every episode now. Like, you had me on, and I listened, or you had this person on, and I listened to every episode because this and that. And I'm like, cool. But also, now I can't have you involved in some things because now you're... like, it's a double-edged sword. It's like... yeah, I can have my friends on, but if they listen to things and they eventually see it, I'm like, I'm going to have to find new friends. I'm going to have to continue to be friends with people. This is brutal.
Yeah, I listened to this episode, and I got my own opinions on this. I'm so glad you invited me for this repeat.
Oh, that reminds me. Shit, I have to... thank you for reminding me. So somebody came on episode and they were like, "Hey, like I have a qualm to state with another person." And I was like, "Yeah, we can do that." And then we just go through the entire episode, and at the end of it, like an hour after, I was like, "Hey, remember that thing you wanted to do?" And he goes, "Yeah, fuck." He goes, "We can just like maybe record it like later." I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll record it the week before. And now I'm remembering that I need to talk to them to get them to do that. I just need a pen that has actual ink in it. And I don't know if I have one of them. I don't. Oh, boy. I really don't have one that has ink in it.
Mechanical pencils are better.
No,
mechanical. In front of me.
No, the mechanical pencils are not better. Nothing outweighs.
I also have a pen.
Look, nothing outweighs the Pilot G2 pen, okay?
Okay, I don't know what that is. That is...
what?
No. I am a pencil guy. I make mistakes, so...
so do I. That's what you cross it out and act like...
my page... it's going to be a page of crossouts and, like, 3 lines that matter.
Like, so... I remember in high school... I had a teacher who would tell people, like, hey, look, like, always write in pencil, because if you make mistakes, you can go back and fix them, right? And I go, I had, liking writing with pens, the G2 pens, and because they're smooth and they look nice and everything. And the teacher was like, you should, like, really, like, notice I was scribbling, I'd cross things out. And, I don't know why. I think I was just mad at something. And I was like, unlike you, I'm not a coward who hides my mistakes. Like, I'm like, oh, wow. I like apologized almost immediately. I think I was just frustrated with whatever the fuck there was. Like, I'm like, unlike you, I don't hide my mistakes. And like, ever since then, I always like when somebody's like, yeah, I prefer writing in pencil. The back of my mind goes like, you're afraid of acknowledging your mistakes. I'm the one who like some evil villain shit. I'm the one who acknowledges my mistakes. They're out in the open.
Pencil created Doodle Bob.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, and then the eraser fixed him.
The eraser killed him. He was gone.
That's why I like erasers.
Well then, all right.
The ultimate wrestling match.
The ultimate. Well, so there is a saying in wrestling that the greatest finishing maneuver is the pencil. Or is the eraser, something akin to that. The most powerful hold. Oh, that's what it was. The most powerful hold in wrestling, and it's the eraser, because it can because everything is written in pencil. Like who's the main event, who's the champion. It can all be undone with an eraser. So, whereas like you can't write things in pen because cards subject to change and such like that. But it is funny how we were able to tie that in there, and with that we'll go right into the episode. We're here on the Dork side of the ring. Hello, hi, thank you for listening. I'm here, Grumm, with my two friends from Tilly.tv. I'm here with GamingMyth and SandyJ.
Hello.
So much like I am T Grumm, we all agree that one initial should be by themselves. And then a word. Sandy, Myth, Grumm, shorten it all up. But there's the formality of a single initial. It is good to have you guys. Welcome on the Dork side of the ring.
Glad to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Same.
Oh, it is good to have you guys. We have been circling each other. Well, I've been circling Sandy with a couple of people. And Sandy was like, hey, like, what about Myth? So I want you to know, Myth, that Sandy is wanted to be on the podcast with you, and B, also, I think that makes Sandy the first, like, guest to say, like, hey, this is who I want to be on the podcast with. And then me going, yeah, no, like, all right, like, let's do this, yeah. So this is
so I'm special because
me to the ring.
I didn't accept a stranger. I said this is who I'm gonna be with.
Yes,
I'm so mean.
yes. Exactly. You are the most special, biggest guest I've had thus far, Sandy. In terms of star treatment.
Fantastic.
I
got the belt already.
Exactly. I gave you the belt already. You walked in the promotion. You got the belt already.
I'm the giant from old WCW.
Yes. Former. We talked about that. Him actually getting the belt on. I think that was the November 1st episode. So like it was the Halloween doubleheader. But yeah. So what we do here to start things off is I give you guys each, the floor and the room and the table and the chairs and everything inside the roof. And if you need to, the ceiling as well, to introduce yourself, let people know who you are, what you're about, what you do, things like that. And so that the listeners can get a little bit, an idea of who is on this week. And we do that alphabetically. So, Myth, you're going to be up first. Go ahead, tell the people a little bit about yourself, what you do, things, hobbies, do you like walks on the beach, pina coladas, getting caught in the rain, such and such?
All great things. Although we could do margaritas in the rain. That'd be
margaritas in the rain. Yeah, no, that works.
Yeah, I'm a college student getting my science degree. I goof off and play video games, and I know nothing of wrestling, so this is going to be interesting and fun.
Okay. Skipping ahead to the second question there. I like that. I like the gumption there to
my questions are A and B, Grumm, so I answered A and B together.
Yes, it's true. Yes, you did.
I thought you did know a wrestler though.
Oh, well, hold on. We'll get to that. Hold on. Well, now you're jumping ahead. You're answering C for. I don't like this. This is it. I don't like this. You guys are out here.
Special treatment.
You guys are out here. I'm stripping the belt. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this where you guys answer each other's questions before I ask them. I will have order in the court. which we'll obviously get to that. Sandy, my friend, how about yourself? Where, a little bit about yourself. If you want to be found on the social medias in cases and whatnot, go ahead, plug your shit, as I like to say informally.
Well, I tweet a bunch at I am Grumm.
Okay.
Great tweeter handle. Boy, that's a question. I work on a golf course and I live very day to day. My hobbies come in fads and my interests as well.
All right. Well, hopefully your appearance here is not a fad, and it is a, and it should be. It should be. I don't foresee it not being a fixture on the Dork side of the ring and whatnot. So all three of us know each other from Grand Theft Auto Roleplay, initially the crew, and now on Tilly.tv. But yeah. Before we get into that a little bit more, because I'll have some stuff that goes into that. Sandy, I like to find out. I like to also introduce I want the people to know like what they can expect from their guests. See, this is the part where Myth already jumped ahead to answering this question. The Myth doesn't get this question. This is specifically for you, so more star treatment. Sandy, what's your relationship with pro wrestling and the professional grappling?
So I'm trying to think as far as introduction. As far as watching wrestling, I used to watch WCW.
Okay.
Not old WWE, but video games. However, I played whatever. It didn't matter. I love playing the wrestling games. And then the early teens, maybe. I'm trying to remember how long WCW when that ended, but I stopped watching after that, and then picked it up a little bit again, and I binge watched, I guess. What do they call details of this year on wrestling kind of thing.
Okay.
They had this year whatever kind of thing. I watched that somewhere around 2010. So I saw the CM Punk era a little bit.
Okay. So a little bit on off again.
Yeah.
Very similar to a lot of people that have been on the show. Especially the wrestling thing. Have you Beth? Here you go. I'll ask you a remixed version. I'll ask you a remixed question to be. Have you ever played any of the wrestling the wrestling game video games?
Not a single one. I've seen maybe my brother play it once.
Okay,
that'd be it.
Because I do the Sub Rumble every year, and if you're listening to this, a listener, you missed it, or maybe you watched it, because I think this is planning to come out at the end of December, so right after Grummus is over. But they're a lot of fun, man, just to beat the shit out of people, because it's just button mashing. It's like Street Fighter, without the responsiveness of the actual game.
That is also true.
That sounds perfect.
You're just smashing buttons, hoping something's gonna work. You're like, oh hey, that worked. Obviously the most fun are the TLC matches where you can just put people through tables and hit people with ladders and chairs. Whole lot of fun. But again, okay, so Sandy, you're a little on and off again. You have a little familiarity with names. You got a little familiarity with professional wrestling. Myth don't know shit at all.
I know one wrestler.
Okay, all right. So here's question C. Who's that one wrestler?
The Boulder. That's it. That's all I know.
I don't know what I expected. I don't know. I should have seen it coming. I should have been like Like, all right, like who's this one? Like everybody knows one wrestler, like Hulk Hogan, John Cena, The Rock, Stone Cold. No.
Oh yeah, he did do wrestling.
Yes. Yes, Dwayne. Yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson did in fact wrestle, as did Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan and John Cena. Yeah. I kind of want to do name association. I want to see who I. You know what? I'm not going to ask the contextual questions for the next 10, 15 minutes. Sandy, I'm going to ask you the same ones, right? And it'll be funny. This will be fun. Okay? So you guys are both. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to say a name of a wrestler. You guys just say yes, you've heard of them, or no. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yes.
Apparently, yes.
John Cena.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
I think so.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
No.
Randy Macho Man Savage.
Absolutely.
Think maybe.
Okay. All right. Okay. We're oh boy. Ric Flair.
Yes.
No.
Dusty Rhodes.
Yes.
I mean, I have those outside, but I don't know they wrestled.
What about Trish Stratus?
I do know the name.
Okay.
Could not put a face to it.
Okay.
Not a clue.
Although I can't do that with many of the female wrestlers, honestly.
That's fair. Yeah, up until recently they weren't really treated like Trish Stratus and Lita are like the top two names that would be for like a casual wrestling fan. Let's see. What about Dave Bautista?
Yes.
Myth?
I feel like I've heard that name before, but not from wrestling.
Guardians
but from
of the Galaxy?
Yeah, have you seen
that? I have, yeah.
Drax?
Oh, that dude was a wrestler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
This is a great game. Like I just want to be like I'm trying to think of like famous people that were also professional wrestlers only so Myth would you be like that guy's a professional wrestler? What about Goldberg?
100% my favorite.
All right. Okay.
Sounds like a guy who's a gopher and has a bunch of gold and a little monocle.
Could not get any farther from what Goldberg actually. All right. Okay. So I want to commission somebody so bad to make Goldberg the gopher with just gold. So Goldberg is former football player Bill Goldberg, who in the late 90s took the wrestling world by storm by just being this incredibly muscular, overly jacked up, monster of a human being. I'll get you a picture, Myth, so you can see when I say that he's a overly just jacked up human being, you'll see. It is not at all a gopher. Here is a picture of him at 50 something right now. Okay, that's a picture of him present day. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's also been in movies.
I mean, I'm just saying. I feel like if you look gopher-y. Yeah, that man is very jacked.
That's him current day. Okay, that is 50-year-old.
50? Oh my god.
50-year-old Bill Goldberg. This is Bill Goldberg in his physical prime.
Oh, that dude's big.
Yeah, I would like to get a better picture of how just incredibly massive this man is next to just regular people, because that picture, and I'm sure I'll post it on Twitter, of his of his deltoids. His deltoids are just like it's a stare.
That's a little shoulder muscle, right?
Yeah. That's the muscle that connects the back. Yeah, he's like I said, he's a jacked up human being. And here you go. Here's a similar. I don't want actually. Hold on. There we go. This is the one I want.
And he used to do football, and then switched over.
Then switched to wrestling. Yes, he blew his knee out. He wasn't good enough. And then became a superstar. So that's Goldberg. Let's see what other names. Randy Orton.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So now we're getting less like big name. Andre the Giant.
Yeah. Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm. Myth. Have you ever seen The Princess Bride?
I have not seen The Princess Bride.
It's a good movie. You should see it.
I should.
It's inconceivable that you have not seen it. It is but it is really good. Fred Savage is in it as a child, and it's funny. Let's see who else. What other? Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Myth.
No. Wait. No.
Okay. Have you ever seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze?
I've seen one of the animated cartoons, so sure. Yeah. Huh?
It's a live action. It's one of the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But no, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Damn. All right. Whew, boy. Just there's a whole bunch. Like, it's funny. Like, there's the wrestling people who are like, all right, like, okay, if you don't know, you don't know. It's whatever. But there's gonna be people who are like, you've never seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action films. That's it. This G-Myth person is dead to me. I don't ever want to hear about them again. They've marked play on the podcast and kept it moving on their podcast feed. How dare you? But no, Kevin Nash was the Super Shredder in the film. Let's see. What about the one that just jumped on my head is just a bad one to do, but Chris Benoit.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
And I know why it's a bad one.
It's
also.
okay. All right. Well, it's good that you know what. I'm gonna keep.
It's good that I don't know this one. This is a good thing.
This is a good thing you don't know about this. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. And now my brain is going down trickling down the like. Oh, does the name Owen Hart ring a bell?
Yep.
Yes, but because that is very similar to one of my friends in middle school. His name.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Man, I'm sitting over here, I'm like, holy shit. Like, you can't. Like, this.
This is like a bad. Oh, no. I don't know who this person is, but I know an Owen in middle school whose name was like. I think it was like Hart.
Oh, boy.
Or something.
So, Owen Hart, it was an incredible wrestler. Wrestled, late 80s through the 90s from a very famous wrestling family.
For context, my middle school was in the 2000s, so I did not know this.
No, it's all right. This person Owen Hart fell to his death live on pay-per-view well before you were in middle school.
Oh, wow. Oh my.
Yeah, so when you said, "Oh, I know that because I have a friend," and I'm like, my brain goes, "Oh shit!" Like, no, like, did I just accidentally stumble across like some trauma? Like, holy shit. But yes. Let's see. Let's see then. Middle school in the 2000s. What other wrestlers? Did you? Kurt Angle.
Mr. Perfect.
Kurt Angle. Right? No, Kurt Angle was...
Oh no, Kurt Angle. I was thinking of the other.
Yeah.
Yes, the wrestler, the American
gold medal.
Olympic wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but he better have less than 360.
Who was I thinking? Kurt Hennig?
You're thinking of Kurt Hennig. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What about Daniel Bryan?
Yes, yes, yes.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
It's very funny that you.
That's also,
That's
yep.
very funny to me, and also Sandy, and people who understand that. Where you're like, nope, no, no. Let's see, Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, all right. Last one, all right, and then we'll keep it moving because I'm sure people at this point they're like, all right, we get it. The guy doesn't watch wrestling. He doesn't know anything about wrestling. Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard of a McMahon that wrestles before.
Yeah, Vince McMahon is the gatekeeper of hell and heaven. He's immortal.
That's a busy job.
And he is immoral and immortal. Man has no morals, and he will forever live. He's without mortal and moral. That's I feel like that's a tagline.
It's a bad job for him. You got no morals, and you're guarding the moral places.
Well, like, so the joke is he owns hell. At this point, he's done a lot. Vince McMahon has done a lot of bad
That is working
things.
up in the world if you own hell.
Yeah, he's done a lot of bad things. Like, again, going back to the Owen Hart thing, Owen Hart fell to his death, not live on pay-per-view, but like during a pay-per-view event. Vince McMahon decided to continue on with the show.
Oh.
Yes. Vince McMahon has been alleged to sexually assault people. He is many times put himself into on-air situations of abusing his power. He has kind of saw he's covered up crimes and things that would happen. He allowed guys to do shit that probably shouldn't have done. Just had no morals when it comes to like writing television for wrestling.
I have a phrase for him. He is one of the worst content over people.
Yes. He is 100% content over people. Anything he's ever done that's good has been done for content reasons. Thus making it, like, or selfishly. Bad dude. Very bad dude. But yeah, that ends name association, which is a future, segment of the show I will probably do in the future, because that was actually fun to be like, hey, do you know these names? Nope. No. Thank you for being the guinea pig there, guys. I appreciate that.
That's good.
So I will do one contextual thing. I like to ask a contextual question so that people see what drums up from it. But my question, to you guys is go back to like grade school, like maybe second, third, fourth grade. All right. It deemed appropriate. What are some of the worst like insults at that age? Like somebody calls you this and it's got you flustered. Your face is flushed red. You're thinking, I'm gonna punch this kid. I'm gonna get in a fight over this. And like obviously there's ones that are like that cross the line. Obviously, I'm looking for like the it's in a Disney movie type insult, or it could be in a Disney movie, I should say, not in but like all right, like you could definitely say like you're a dum dum, like they call you a dum dum.
Poopy head.
Poopy head's a nice, yeah. It's poopy pants. Bedwetter hurt, man. Bedwetter hurt. If you found out if the kids in class found out you wet the bed past kindergarten, nah, you're done for. You're bedwetter until you move school districts. Source me. What other ones?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I'm trying to like think of like also if I had ever called anybody like, like, um, oh, another again like this one is one of the ones that gets like kind of is definitely like as a 29-year-old looking back, it's like, wow, I'm sure I hurt somebody's psyche, and they're going through therapy now, and I'm a part of. But Tubby, calling somebody Tubby, I blame Little Giants. It's a great movie, very funny. Um, but once I saw once I saw Spike call the center Tubby, I started calling many husky children that in my school Tubby. That one hurts. I think that one's not great. Um, Poopy head, bedwetter.
I think the worst, and this was on me, was kid had big ears and called him Dumbo.
Oh, yeah, referencing cartoons when talking about there was yeah, oof. That one's
I'm also, yeah. I mean, you're just in a similar age, but being 34, I mean, yeah, that's almost, 30 years ago. Like that was an okay thing to do,
yeah.
which is ridiculous.
Like bullying, not good at all.
No,
You'll understand why I'm bringing
this
this
was
up.
my friend.
Not my friend, but somebody was called Woody Woodpecker, because he had a honk and schnoz. That one was like, once you like start calling somebody like that, they look like a cartoon character, like it's done. Like, especially ones that are like, that's when kids are ruthless. Like, kids are ruthless, and this is why when people are like, oh, like kids nowadays are very empathetic and emotionally intelligent. I'm like, they also understand how to really get at people. Like, like them by being empathetic really makes them like some kids, man. They can make adults cry today nowadays. Kids are ruthless. They always have been. Now the internet has made them even more, giving them more of the ability to like just go at like random people or random statuses and just go out and roast them. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones. There was a person we called before. Like nowadays, I call people bozo when they're just acting like a clown. When I was in like 3rd grade, there was a kid who had large feet, and people would call him Bozo the Clown because he had very large feet. Thankfully, his feet were bigger than mine. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I would have been called Bozo, because I also had very large feet for like my age. Trying to think of other like just generic, I like babies. Like, once you start calling somebody a baby,
once you get old enough, baby starts to hurt.
Yeah, like, oh, look at the little baby. He's gonna cry. You gonna cry, baby? Which is where we come today. Today we are talking about the infamous Crybaby Match in 1996, February 1996, in WWF, now WWE, but WWF at the time, between Razor Ramon and the 1-2-3 Kid. Now, for some background context here, around 1995, the 1-2-3 Kid turned his back on the fans and became a bad guy. He aligned himself with the $1 Million Corporation and became even more of a bad guy, costing his former friend Razor Ramon, title shots and matches and whatnot. And Razor Ramon, Insu would call him a crybaby, because every time 1-2-3 Kid would talk, he would be complaining about something. To which the point of this match ends up happening, and basically whoever loses has to don a diaper. They have to put on a diaper. They have to be swaddled as if they are a baby. So we're going to watch this one. This is from In Your House 6, which aired February 19, I want to say February 20 something. I had it and then I hit the wrong button. It was February 18th, 1996 from the Louisville Gardens in Louisville, Kentucky. And we're going to watch that. If you're on the Peacock Network like myself, we're going to watch it from the start of the actual event. It is the opening match of the night. It is, so we're going to watch it, and we're going to, from the start of the event, and we're going to be on the other side talking about it. So, In Your House 6, that's Season 2, Episode 1 on the Peacock Network. We are going to watch Razor Ramon and the 1-2-3 Kid with Ted DiBiase as his manager, taking on each other in a Crybaby match. We'll be right back here on the Dork side of the ring. Hey everybody, just wanted to give you an update on what is on the Patreon for this month, January 2022. We have the first batch of videos over on the youtube.com/tgrum. We've got a flying only hard Nuzlocke, aka Grumlock of Pokemon Fire Red. We've got me, Nora, and Atomic Bear, former guests of the Dork Side of the Ring, playing Hand Simulator Horror, or attempting to. We also have the start of the Pip-Boy and Me series, and it's me and a guest going through Fallout as if they are my Pip-Boy talking to me. It's a lot of fun. That's over on the YouTube. You can get early access to those videos on the YouTube, on the Patreon at the Llama Club tier. You could also get early episodes, every week episodes. We're going to be having new episodes churning out in the next couple weeks anyways. It's going to be a lot of good stuff coming up for the Patreon. And at the $10 tier, the Elite tier, you get the live watch, well, not the live watch along, but you get the watch alongs, reactions, live reactions of watching the actual topics of every Dork Side of the Ring, such as the most recent one, which is the Viagra on the Pole match between myself, Johnner, and Dorky, watching it and just reacting to everything about it. And it was wild. Go over there, patreon.com/Grumm, or go to support.grumm.tv, and that'll take you to the Patreon. All the fun stuff. You get credits as executive producer, producer credits, special streams, speaking permissions on my streams as well. It's a lot of fun. Within the Discord, if you want to join the Discord, join.grumm.tv, see what we're doing over there. If you want to continue, that's also free. If you want to continue to support us for free, go to Twitter, Instagram at I am Grumm. If you want to support me, if you want to support the podcast as well, at Dorksidering. That's DORKSIDERING. And it's simple as that. Now let's get back to it, right? Let's go. He's crying. He's crying.
Want anyone to see?
He's a big baby. He's just a big baby.
Oh.
Now he's taking it out on the stroller.
We gotta take a walk of shame back.
Walk of shame indeed. All right. Well, that's that. We're back here on the Dork Side of the Ring. A Crybaby match for the ages. So, Myth, first time really watching wrestling. What was your impression of that match?
Ouch. Like,
big takeaway was the ouchies.
Lots of ouchies. It was very impressive how well they were working together, because you could see it at some points.
Mm-hmm.
But still, a lot of it just, ow. Just, ow. I don't even know, like, ow.
Yeah. It's always fun to introduce somebody to wrestling. And at this point, everybody knows wrestling is a work. You know, people are in on it, it's scripted. But you can't fake gravity. You can't make that hurt any less. You just gotta, you learn how to land flat on your back, minimizing as much damage as you can. But
surface area in time.
Mm-hmm.
Easiest way to lower it down.
Yeah.
But still, even that, it makes it lower. It doesn't get rid of it.
Yeah. And other than the ouchies, thoughts on that match?
I thought it was really cool. It was very interesting. All of the jumping around too. Like I didn't realize there was as much jumping in wrestling. I thought it was more of just grabbing the other guy, lifting him up, and then throwing him back down.
Mm-hmm.
They really take a lot. They enjoy using the ropes a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Modern wrestling is very even more high pace and uses more of the ring. For a long time, wrestling was very much, you use the center of the ring, and you get to the ropes, and the only time you use the ropes are to break holds, and then people started jumping off of the middle rope. Then some people were jumping off the top rope. Then people were springboarding off of the top rope, and now people are diving over and through and all around the ring, and it's just it's very cool to watch the evolution and athleticism of like pro wrestling, as it's gone.
It's also very surprised with all the extra things like the baby powder, the
Mhm.
diaper, all the extra stuff that they added on top of it.
Yeah, this and like you had said while we were watching it that there's a story that there's you're like I'm watching a story, and it's like yes, and this is why I always laugh when people are like I don't get wrestling, and it's like it's not hard to get wrestling, It's if you have a mind for like I've said this on this podcast before, like role playing is a cooperative storytelling, vehicle. So is pro wrestling. One requires a lot more physical involvement than the other, but they're very much similar. Where you're like, hey, we got to tell the story. Hey, I'm the bad guy who's smaller than you. I'm gonna cheat to get the advantage, and then I'm gonna just make it so that people want you to overcome and for justice to prevail. And it's a really simple story, but it's a story nonetheless.
That's a good one. They had a fun little spin with it with the baby angle
Mm-hmm.
because it
Yeah.
wasn't just classic underdog. It was also this little crybaby.
Right? It's like, hey, you don't want to root for this little guy. He's a bad guy. He's a crybaby. He's a whiner. Which is funny because, I like that you notice like that could have been 2 years prior on one of the earlier episodes of Monday Night Raw. The 1-2-3 Kid beat Razor Ramon, and their alignments they were flip flopped. Razor Ramon was a bad guy, and the 1-2-3 Kid was a good guy, and he was the underdog, and he rolled him up for the 1-2-3, and Razor Ramon was really angry that he lost to this fucking kid. This at the time was Lightning Kid, and then thus because he won 1-2-3, he became the 1-2-3 Kid. Yeah.
Okay.
So I like that. It's interesting to me that like, and I'm not surprised because the way like we have talked about role play and our how we look at like that type of shit. Like for you to be like, oh yeah, no, he's small. He absolutely could have been the underdog, but he's a crybaby. So
I like that he wasn't.
Yeah. Sandy, what about you? What are the takeaways from the Crybaby match?
So talked a little bit. I found it again interesting the announcer standpoint.
Mm.
So you have manager throwing baby powder in the face, and that's okay for the announcer. But then going back on to the one he's cheering for, does something stupid, drops him on the rope in a bad way, and he's like, oh, he should be disqualified. It's like, oh, interesting. The story also, again with wrestling, like you have this is going on for weeks, so it's a culmination of how does this story end? I didn't know who was meant to win. Like to me, it could have gone either way.
Yeah, they could have. I think at the time. So the plan at this time for Razor Ramon was for him to wrestle Goldust at WrestleMania that year. But Razor Ramon was unhappy with the company. He was unhappy with his pay. He was unhappy with, his position and whatnot. And basically was like, I'm going to leave. And they're like, all right, well, can you wrestle this guy and can you lose to him? And he was like, nope, I don't want to. I don't like the character that I don't, at the time, Goldust was a, androgynous character is how he was built hey, he's androgynous, he's mysterious, we don't quite know what he is. He's very effeminate, but also like he's definitely it is very much a 1990s like story and character of like, hey, he's a bad guy because he's different. And
Okay.
At the time, people were concerned with, hey, if I wrestle this guy, like this guy's going around wanting to like. They built the story for Goldust versus Razor Ramon, with Goldust being obsessed with the machismo of Razor Ramon, that he was obsessed with his aura and his manliness and the way he would talk about about Razor Ramon and his machismo was definitely like, hey, like this guy is not, he's not heteronormative. Like there's something off about this guy. He's weird. Let's boo him. And it's very is not tasteful. And it only gets worse at how they decide to do stuff. And it gets to a point where Glad gets it, is like, look, like you're basically just saying he's gay, boo him. Like that's not okay. And W was like, okay, fine. All right, you got a point. Like, maybe we won't make him just be gay and boo him. In fact, let's make him not be gay and people would cheer him. And it's like, what the fuck?
You're
like
trying to solve the problem, but that's not the way to do it.
Right. And like, but the thing is, the problem went away, right? Well, he's no longer gay and people are booing him. It's like, but you didn't have to change. It was, again, a very 90s issue.
Yeah.
And it's something where it's like, looking back on it, there is an objective like, look, this is wrong. However, as a consumer of the product, from a character standpoint, he is an interesting character because he's unlike any other character. He stands out. He, even if taking away and you really can't, but the stories he would find himself in as this guy who was obsessed with the macho-ness of pro wrestling and being fascinated by all these big, strong guys who are so fragile. And I'm like, sitting here, I'm like, look, in 2021, you could do this story and this guy's a hero. Right? Like, he's the good guy in this story. Is he's pointing out toxic masculinity. He's the one who's going like, you are so tough, but I could take you down by gently, like, rubbing the back of my fingers down your shoulder, and you'll be out of your game. How fucking tough are you? And it's like, there's a way to do this in 2021, and there's a way that the story that they told in 1995 could be done properly. I say all this to say, Razor Ramon was not having any of this. In 1996, he did not give a fuck. He said, "No, I'm out. I'm not wrestling with the weird guy. Yeah, I'm good." And the thing is the weird. He liked the performer, not the act.
Gotcha.
Where the performer, Dustin Rhodes, was the son of Dusty Rhodes, not your Rhodes outside your house myth. The wrestler, Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream, baby. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. My son, Dustin Rhodes, they got him wearing gold makeup, gold body suit. It's weird, but hey, he's making paycheck. That's all that matters. A lot of respect for Dusty. A lot of respect for Dustin. Did not respect, had negative respect for Goldust, the character. And as such, basically, he was removed from the WrestleMania card that year. And, but to the original point about this, I think if they had known ahead of time that he wasn't going to do this program with Goldust, they would have 100% had the 1-2-3 kid beat him. And just be like, look, he's going to cheat to make you wear he's going to knock you out and be like, ha ha ha, look, I made you a crybaby. And then maybe just done something at WrestleMania with that. But yeah, it is, sometimes it's always fascinating if you don't know where, obviously knowing where a story should go is a lot of fun, especially if they do it to a point where you're like, all right, here we all knew Avengers Endgame. We knew how that was going to end. How every superhero movie is going to end. So, but it's how you get there. It's not bad. Being predictable isn't bad. It's only being predictable and boring is bad. If you're entertainingly predictable, we'll fucking, let's fucking go. But yeah. I remember.
I thought it could have gone. I thought it could have gone either way. It could have been the story of, he's messing with Razor Ramon this whole time, and you would think this match is like, oh well, Razor Ramon gets his revenge. Could have gone the other way and just been like, nope, I'm messing with you, and I get to win. Mm-hmm. Could have still been an interesting story, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Any other takeaways from the Crybaby match?
Oh, not incredibly. Creative maybe for that time era.
Okay. Yeah, because this is right before you start getting into wrestling.
Yeah.
Because you said you were introduced to Scott Hall as Scott Hall, not as Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, going off of the Crybaby match and the idea of the Crybaby, match, got a couple questions. We don't have to get to all of them, just a couple. But is there a more like kind of going back to the original question that I had before we watched it, the elementary school level insults? What other ones? Because I think Crybaby is the best one that could have been done for this kind of stipulation where you make them dress up or something like that. But Myth brought up poopy pants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You interested in seeing a poopy pants match?
Not as much. I feel like a Crybaby is a little easier to go do more stuff with.
You're telling me you wouldn't watch a match where the loser has to put on poopy pants? Also, if they were poopy pants, would they be the comically large overalls filled with poop?
Well, this was the 90s. They'd be parachute pants, right?
I would. Yeah. I could imagine some overalls with animal manure in them, filled up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Poopy pants. Now I want to see. See, I don't know what you're talking about, Myth. I want to see a poopy pants match. Because the idea that you just put your unconscious opponent into a pair of giant plastic overalls filled with animal poop is very funny to me.
Yeah, that does sound kind of funny,
right? Especially if it was like this, where 1, 2, 3 kids
so over the top, you lift him up, gently put him into it, and then give it a little smack. That way, a little bit just comes out. Oh. That's what we do.
You're not wrong. You're absolutely right. But that one's
yeah.
That's a.
See,
that...
now are you back on Team Crybaby? Because I was on Team Crybaby.
No, I'm still Team Poopy Pants. Team Poopy Pants. What about you, Sandy? Team Crybaby or Team Poopy Pants?
I think Team Poopy Pants would be funnier.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to have to put them on my opponent. I'd be like, no. The whole bit is he touches it, not me.
Yeah, right. Well, I think you do the thing where like either it's like one of these things where it's like Razor Ramon is so much bigger than the 1-2-3 kid, he could legitimately lift him up and put him into the overalls.
Oh yeah.
Or like say the 1-2-3 kid won, he was a member of the $1 Million Corporation. Fellow members of the $1 Million Corporation come and help him pick up and put, Razor into the overalls. God, I'm just thinking about those overalls. I just want a pair of giant like rubber overalls. But like the waist is like comically round and way too big. Like that's what I'm thinking about, these pants filled with poop.
Mm-hmm.
Have either of you watched like Rocko's Modern Life?
Yes.
I have not.
Okay. So Rocko's Modern Life, early Nickelodeon cartoon. There is a character by the name of what was it?
Heifer.
Heifer, yep. And he gets like liposuction. Now Heifer is a very fat cow. Hence the name Heifer. Very on the nose. But he gets like liposuction, but only of his upper body. Like his pants still fit the same way, and his just because 90s animation, like he's walking around wearing the same outfit perfectly. It's like they just erased like his actual body and they just filled the background in behind him. It's just but like but the fucking like suspenders are where they were on his shoulders before. They haven't moved. It's just very funny. That's what I'm envisioning. That it is. Let me see if I can find this as I'm talking, because the visual of them poopy pantsed in like stiff rubber overalls is just very funny.
It was like really big on them.
Yes. Look, and if I find this as skinny, this will be fucking hilarious. Okay, so.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to. However, I don't think when I show you this picture of Heifer Wolf, you'll see why. Oh, that's right. His parents are wolves. That's right. I'm like, wait a second. I couldn't remember if Rocko had the frogs.
I did find an image.
Did you?
Are you saying like, oh.
So that's what he looks like, and then he gets skinny, but he's wearing the red overalls and suspenders stay in the exact same spots as before.
What?
Yes. Say it. Oh, here we go. Bam. Goodbye, fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the suspenders and pants are still there.
Yeah. Yep.
But
yep. His fat. He lost his fat. His fat was going to heaven. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about putting somebody in poop like that, poopy pants like that. I'm team poopy pants.
But like, what props do you use? They did a good job with the props. They had the stroller. They had the baby powder.
All right. Well, what
props do you use with poopy pants?
So I feel like it's just the overalls, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like you do the thing where like you have a bucket of slop that's supposed to be like, oh, they're putting poop in there, but it's not actually.
Just have a wheelbarrow full of it.
You could, but I'm just thinking about like, man, that's hard to get it all the way up there. I'm thinking like maybe just a single bucket after they're in, you just pour it in again, or you like put it over.
Yeah.
Or you put it over their head
as like a side prop.
Yeah, wheelbarrow of it too, and then perfect. And then the person, you could body slam them into it before putting them in. That's a good one. But yeah, bedwetter, like you just that one
put them in a bed.
Yeah, and then just like spray water on them. I mean,
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, Crybaby is really the only one that works in outside of like elementary school, like insults.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dum dum, like, or dummy, like you could put like a dunce cap on them, but that's about it. But you could put a dunce cap on them for anything. You don't need to call them a dum dum.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Nice thing about Crybaby is it's not too personal of like an insult too. So it's like everyone's heard it before. Everyone's been called it before. Everyone's called someone else that before.
And that's the thing is like, all right, I just Googled childish insults, and what came up was 18 brutal but G-rated insults you should begin using immediately.
Good.
Oh, these are just they're not like the good ones. I'm looking for. I know you are, but what am I? If you,
The modern day know you.
Yeah,
I'm rubbing your glue.
Yeah, if you like it so much, why don't you marry it? Takes one to know one. Oh, teacher's pet. That's a good one. No. Sorry, scaredy cat. All right, scaredy cat match.
Tattletale, too.
Oh,
Yeah. Why are you such a scaredy cat? I feel like that one is like. I feel like one is less. There's probably like a costume you have to wear afterwards. There's not as much prop work.
Mm-hmm.
But like you gotta like wear
you
like
do a bowl of milk though.
Yeah, you could do that. Like you gotta put them in like a cat suit, like an oversized cat suit.
Mm-hmm.
And then a bowl of milk, maybe a ball of yarn too. Let's see. Your face. Talk to the hand because the face ain't listening. It is an underrated child. Because they're like, yeah, I'm so clever. And again, myth don't know anything about that. Those of us over 27 listening to this are just like, yeah, I remember saying that a lot, and I'm ashamed that I remember it.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, you look real pretty on opposite day.
Not.
Yeah, big not. Yeah, la 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 la. Can't hear. No. Yeah, scaredy cat might be the only other one that would have worked. What are you, a baby? Like, so good.
Yeah, that when you scaredy cat to me is in the same realm as like, don't be such a baby.
Yeah, we got to take. You know what? Let's let us start making that come back. Making what are you, a baby? Every time somebody says something that like, well, this upsets me, and it's like, just something as silly as like, I'm upset that like my kid's TV show has progressive thinking. It's like, what are you, a fucking baby? Like, what the fuck? Shut up. Because that'll get people riled up. Because you're not really insulting them. You're not calling them a fucking idiot. You're just calling them a baby. Like,
this is true.
People don't take that hard.
Yeah, right. But that's the thing. If you take like, you have to just if somebody calls you a baby over something, right? 9 times out of 10, you just got to drop what it is. You can't keep talking about it because you only prove their point more if you continue talking. And if you like try to go, I'm not a baby. You start sounding, and you're like, oh, it's a little.
Exactly what a baby would say.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's a little baby upset that the TV show, is teaching their kid to be progressive. Aww. But yeah, that's what we need to do to start when people get upset about just things in general that are like basically people being upset that inclusivity is a thing. If you're upset about that, you're a fucking baby. Like that. Simple as that. A baby would get
start calling muffins baby.
They're 100% in roleplay. That like it's such an underrated like. I feel like I really am. The longer we go on about it, I'm slowly but surely telling myself that baby, calling somebody a baby in an insulting manner, is hilarious and almost like undefeated. And like I understand that the internet wants to call themselves baby when like I am baby. Like, I understand this, but I'm sorry. I'm taking it and I'm weaponizing this thing. I'm using it for what it's intended again.
I'm weaponizing the child.
I'm weaponizing baby, and crybaby too. I'm taking them both. I am weaponizing baby. I feel like that's an acronym for something. That's one of those ones that turns into an acronym in the future. But yeah, I like like I don't know. Is there any like I feel like this was also a weird like talking about bullying. Very weird of the 90s to have the bully win. But I guess the bully was
yeah, because that was when the anti-bullying started, wasn't it?
Like, yeah, like around then it's like, hey, don't be bullying. It's not cool to be a bully. Stand up to the bully. And if you really think about it, Razor Ramon is the bully. Sure.
He is very much the bully.
Sure. 1, 2, 3 kid kicked him, cost him his Intercontinental Championship match, title. Whatever. That's fine. That's reason enough to not like the guy. You ain't gotta call him a, crybaby. You don't gotta bully the guy. You're a grown adult. Fight him.
But is that not bullying before he called him a crybaby? Is he not being bullied himself prior to that?
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
So
Absolutely fair.
Bully with bully, which still isn't right, but
it's one. Now we're getting the moral complexities of pro wrestling. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
But I mean, like that's the way I view it. It's like you said, the bad guy won, and I'm like, wait a second. The guy that was beaten up on Razor Ramon is the bad guy.
Correct. He is the bad guy. In the story, like he's the bad guy. He's the. But it's like, if you look at it, it's like, hey, here's this big guy calling a smaller man a crybaby. But again, this goes back to like the interesting, not moralities, but like evolving landscape of nuance in conversations about that, right? Like, at what point does somebody deserve to be bullied? Like, I think the Bagel Boss guy deserved to get bullied his entire life. He came out the womb, should have got bullied, And if you don't know what I'm talking about the guy who was who's like 5'2", yelling at people because he wanted the bagels right at a bagel store and he didn't get them, so he started throwing a fit. And somebody said, "Hey man, like no reason to get short." And he goes, "Is that a comment about my height? You're not my dad. You're not my boss. You're not my boss, and you're not God, and you're not my father. You can't tell me what to do." Like, what about your mother? Like, does your mother? She can't tell you what to do?
Outweigh God.
You're not my boss. You're not. Let me see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure it goes boss, God, then father.
I hope it does that because that would be hilarious.
It's a short man who ranted at woman about Bagel Boss. Clay, geez, man, he went off. It's very misogynistic as well. He was just going off on the woman, and then a man was like, "Hey, man, like, shut the fuck up."
And this was back in the 90s, right?
No, this was in 2000 and.
Oh, great! This is something I should remember then. Oh boy.
Let's see. I want to say it was 2000. This is not 2019. No. No. This was 2009. No. There's no way this is only 2 years ago. No. Okay, no. This is ridiculous, okay? This is ridiculous. This was only 2 years ago.
Who had all those problems with it?
Dude, this was 2 years ago. How is it only 2 years ago? I'm banging the table. Time is ridiculously unfair. Okay, so this was 2 years ago. This guy was yelling at women who he thought were making fun. They're degrading. He was degrading almost all the female staff as well as other patrons. And he's just going off about like you're not my dad, you're not my boss, you're not my father, you're not God. Jesus Christ. Like
and this was like a national commercial.
No. This was a viral incident. This guy
Okay.
This guy went just find Bagel Boss is the store. his name's like is some schmuck name. He's but like Huffington Post is the headline of Huffington Post: short man who ranted about women at bagel shop claims he's the new MLK.
What?
Okay, so he gets mad. Boy, I could play the audio for everybody. But he starts yelling about how women, like, he's like upset. And the guy's like, "What is your problem?" He goes, "Why is it okay for women to say, 'Oh, you're 5 feet' on dating sites? You should be dead. That's okay." So he goes, "No one said that to you, my guy." He's like, "Women in general have said on dating sites. You think I'm making this shit up? Everywhere I go, I get the same fucking smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss." Dude, and tells him, "Man, dude, you want to step outside?" And apparently he got his ass beat later. He then told Hot 97 in New York City he's the modern Martin Luther King of short people.
That's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, he basically just went and did this. Like, he did this at a 7-Eleven, claimed the workers always make fun of his height.
Like, okay, yeah, bullying is bad in all regards.
However,
it's not good for you to just do that.
This is one of those ones that's like, oh, you're that kind. Like, I'm sure that at some point in his life, he did not justify getting bullied. However, like, I understand. Like, hey, man, you got like you're not single and unsuccessful in dating because of your height. It's because of your height and your lack of personality. Like, there's short guys who have girlfriends and boyfriends and partners. Like, it has nothing to do with your height. It's the fact that you have no personality.
It's just like, just from the clip alone, how much you can explode. Like, you went off on a bagel, from what I'm understanding. Not being right.
Basically, yeah. And then chose to just start yelling at all the women in the area.
That's him, yeah. It's like,
if you were a woman in his vicinity, you were going to get yelled at. He was lashing out because like, this is Napoleon complex to an extreme that, like, and I could have sworn this was like 2017. The fact that it's 2019, holy fuck, this has been a long fucking pandemic. I can't believe Bagel Boss guy was not even, it was just like, it was 2 years in July. So it is less than 30 months old, this man doing this. This is fucking ridiculous.
I'm gonna fight bullying with even worse bullying.
That's okay that, like, again, he should not, I'm not going to sit here and tell him that he's lying. There probably are women who are telling him, "You're 5 feet, you need to die," and that's uncalled for. Also,
yeah, that's not justified either. But
also uncalled for to be flipping out at people over a fucking bagel, and then when they laugh at you for getting upset about a bagel, you go, "Oh, it's because I'm short," and it's like, no. But now that you point that out, yes, that is also funny. Like, you are not like. That it's like one of those things. If you're just compounding the issues,
God, you're such a bully, Grumm.
I mean,
you point that out. That's hilarious.
But the thing is, I'm like, there are people that have done that. I am a tall, large human being. There have been people in my life, not in my life in the sense of like they are people within my life, just in my life. People have come up to me, tried me because I'm 6'2", and they're angry that they're not, and they take their frustrations out, or attempt to take their frustrations out on me because I'm a large individual. If they can take me down, they can feel better about themselves. I've never lost a fight against somebody like that, because that person, they're not looking for a fight. They're looking for validation. And and as soon as I'm like, look, you're not gonna get what you want from this fight. What you talk big? I'm like, I'm just letting you know that right now. They get their ass whooped, and then so now you got your ass whooped, and you're still short. Like, you're just you're in a worse spot. You have nothing to gain here. Like beating
another tall dude. I have come close to that, but thankfully have not had to actually fight.
It is.
I would get my ass whipped.
I'm not like obviously mine were in areas where alcohol was freely flowing at bars and whatnot. So like they got them beer muscles and they got a little bit of extra confidence because they can't feel their fucking toes, because they're they had 3 beers and they're very. Their tolerance is not great because of their height. See, now that's bullying. That was uncalled for. My bad.
Yeah. That was a little bit too far.
However,
scientifically, though, yes, body weight has a very big impact on your tolerance.
Also, they can feel their toes way easier than you because they got less.
Oh boy, I'm definitely gonna put it in. I don't know. Maybe. Oh boy.
Some of my best friends, they are short, and here's the thing: I'm terrified of my short friends because they all will beat me up. I know for a fact. Those are the ones I'm most cautious with because I know they'll fucking beat me up. They know how to.
Can't believe Myth just Myth just hit us with. I got short friends. It's okay. I have short friends. It's okay. See, I have friends.
I didn't mean it like that. I know, short friends.
I know, but I spun it like that. That's why this is hilarious. Yeah. Look, I have friends who are shorter than me. They are not short by any means. However, I will pat them on their head as if they are. Like it's just fun to do. It's fun to somebody's like, yeah, I'm 6 foot. And I'm like, there, little guy, calm down. Like Rob's told.
If you get upset by head pats, I mean,
look, they can be demeaning. I'm gonna be honest. I've been head pat by a 7-footer one time. I understand the pain. Here's the thing: you got to be you have to be a physical anomaly by standards of today to be able to head pat me and make me feel upset. Like I've had short people who do that. Like, all right, calm down, big guy. But like a taller person, and they call me little guy, and I gotta look up at them. I gotta crank my neck up to look at them.
I'm just saying, for me, it's like, joke's on you. I like head pats.
Yeah, reverse Uno card.
Like a head pat every once in a while. It sounds nice.
Head pats. I like a good head scratch, like a gentle one. Those are nice. Those are nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else has done this, but like you get like the egg beater, right? But like it's like the wisp version of it where it doesn't like connect, so it's all like just use that to scratch your head. I've done it before. I've had to wash it after I was done, but it was nice. It felt good. Also, big fan of this. And you know what? Shout out my lovely girlfriend. She introduced me to this. There's like these scrubbers that you put in your hand, and they're about the size of like the palm of your hand, but they got these like rubber spikes, and you use it to like exfoliate your scalp. Right.
I thought those were for like petting cats.
No. Well, I mean, it's a similar concept to it, yes, but this one is like meant.
Are you sure? Are you sure your girlfriend didn't get you?
I'm gonna have to
scratch her.
I'm gonna have to ask her. But no, the similar idea concept of it. It's just I'd be in the shower. I put the shampoo in my hair. I lather it all up, and I take that thing, and I'll probably spend 15 minutes just scratching my head with this thing, exfoliating my scalp. It feels so nice. My hair is so luscious now. It's so nice.
You hear this guy Myth bragging about his hair?
Pretty jealous. I'm pretty jealous.
I mean, all you have to do is just not get your hair cut for almost 2 years.
Oh, no, I hate hair.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm at this point where I'm like right now, as we were talking, there's hair on the back of my neck. And it is just like, it's not like the hair that is like, it's not like it's the hair growing out of the back of my neck. It is the hair from the top of my head touching my neck. And I'm like, I don't know if, I don't like this. I don't like this. Which some people go, get a fucking hairband, crybaby. And I will say, you're fair point. I probably should get one and have my hair in a ponytail more often. Sure. Counterpoint, I don't like putting effort in my hair. And I put a lot of effort in my hair in the last 2 years, and it's paid off. But I still almost like, man, I kind of want to get my hair cut, but I kind of don't.
Yes, I mean, that's why I generally keep my head shaved pretty short. Because I've grown it out a couple times pretty long, and I'm just like, it's too much effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, long hair is very hard.
It's worth it because people are like, wow, your hair looks great, and I'm like, yeah, it does. It does look great. Yeah, thank you. But then you're
with tired hands because you spent an hour getting it all ready.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, man, I could cut my showering into half if I just didn't shampoo and condition as much with the length of my hair. It also because I also run a comb through to get all the loose hairs out afterwards, and I'm like, geez, this is just so much extra work. Why do people do this? And then I'm like, because people want people to do this. They hold them to a standard, and that's unfair. So maybe the Bagel Boss guy did have a point. It's unfair to hold people to unrealistic expectations.
This is a very long loop back that went through a lot of steps. And I'm sorry, Grumm, but I've lost you.
Look, that is the Dork side of the ring. We just after we watch the thing, I ask one question and then we just go. And wherever we go from there, that's fine. We're talking about short people and how being angry that you're short is not a good reason to be angry. And also taking that out on other people.
Or over bagels. Don't get mad over bagels.
Or fucking bagels.
I got standards for my bagels.
But a bagel.
I can't
So you're saying we can't have standards for bagels?
No, you can't have standards for your bagels. You can't have standards for your bagels.
Okay.
Dunkin' Donuts bagels, Yum Yum bagels, Manhattan bagels. I'm still looking at this goodbye fat photo. That's just hilarious. It's so funny. Rocco Modern's Life is such a good show. Also a wild concept for a children's cartoon.
It's definitely one of those this is definitely not a children's show, but it was back then.
It was an animated show, so it must have been for children. Back before they realized that art could be in many forms. All right, so speaking of art, our collective art, Tilly.tv, did this match inspire any potential bits for roleplay in either of you?
Calling Muffins a baby.
Okay, good bit.
Because I have a feeling how he's gonna handle it. He's gonna get that sad puppy voice and be like, "No,
I'm not a baby. I'm not a baby." What about you, Myth? Any? Maybe not right now. Maybe you'll sit on it. Maybe tomorrow you'll be like, "Yeah, it's a good bit."
Always playing with emotes to learn how to actually do a style of wrestling match would be fun. But I kind of like the idea of more just the build up that they do, because you guys did say that there was a lot of build up for this, where it was just one little snippet, then one little snippet, then and it just kind of snowballs.
Yeah. It's basic story. It's kind of what we've been doing on Tilly for the last year. Is we've just been doing a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, and we're building up the snowball to push down the hill. But in the meantime, it's a lot of fun to be like, hey, we'll do this. Hey, we'll do that. Oh, what about this idea? Yeah, that'll work. Like for me, I'm definitely I definitely want to make a blazer turtleneck wearing $1 million man character. So $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, his whole gimmick is he's the $1 million man. Everybody has a price for him. He's basically a cartoonishly evil version of Jeff Bezos. Like, so for an example, Ted DiBiase would often bring fans into the ring and say, hey, if you can dribble this basketball 10 times in a row, I'll give you $100. Naturally, people would be loving to do it. Some would do, some he'd let do, some he'd kick the basketball out from underneath him.
Oh my god!
And they get to 6 or 7, and he'd kick the basketball. You know, he'd ask somebody to do push-up. He'd ask adults to do push-ups, and they would do. Someone he would let do 10.
Step on their back.
Some of them he would step on their back. Some of them he'd move their arm, like, you know, stuff like that. To where it's like, oh, you can't do it. That's unfortunate. Or like,
this is something like an evil Jeff Bezos.
It is, yeah. Like,
okay, I want to go back on the last question. I want to do that now. That sounds funny.
Well, yeah, fuck it. Like, you can do that. You take it. It's a good, because it's just funny to be like he's just. But the thing, like, there's this also there. Sorry, brain going off at a whole bunch of stuff. He's got a trademark laugh. He's got the cartoonishly. He'd be like, everyone's got a price for the $1 million man.
He is the evil laugh.
He's got an evil laugh.
Oh my god!
I'll send you a link after this. He is absolutely just a caricature of an evil business owner,
evil billionaire or whatever.
And like, he would wrestle too. He's a damn good wrestler. Back in the day, like, even as Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, he'd come out in these fucking silk jumpsuits, looking like money, and then take them off. He'd be in standard black trunks, and he'd just be beating up people. He bought the services of Andre the Giant to beat Hulk Hogan for the WWE title. He also had a referee now this is all in storyline. Paid for a referee to have cosmetic surgery to look like another referee, so that he would take his place and count the 1, 2, 3. So he did all this stuff, also that Andre the Giant would then relinquish the title and give it to Ted DiBiase. And Ted DiBiase, they're like, no, that's not how this works. You can't just give somebody the title. That's not how this works. So him being upset, he went and paid to have his own title belt made, and it's solid gold with diamonds and all, like three like big dollar signs of diamonds. Outrageous as fuck, but very funny. So, like I said,
I don't need your belt. I'll buy my own.
Yeah, evil billionaire. That is the caricature of it. It is fucking hilarious. I do want to do I do want to do a Bagel Boss guy. That has nothing to do with what we just watched, but I do want to do a Bagel Boss guy who's just upset. But then again, I'm thinking about it. That's just Little Muffins. He's really just upset. He's just really upset that he's short. So here you go. This is Ted DiBiase. That's his like jumpsuit that he would wear. That was his big diamond encrusted belt. Great head of hair.
That is so many diamonds.
It's a lot of diamonds, yes.
A lot of diamonds.
Yeah. He's a very rich man.
Like, he's also got like the rich person like beard and mustache.
Great head of hair. It is very fun. The laugh he has the laugh is great. He just is a good talker. But like,
Does he have like the rich, eloquent, like, oh yes, this is I'm the real billionaire.
no,
Blah, blah,
no,
blah.
that's the
No?
thing. He doesn't have that. He's from Mississippi. Like,
Oh, okay.
like he's living in Mississippi. He's born in Florida. He went to school in Texas. Like, he's got a
Southern guy.
soft Southern accent, but he doesn't play like a Southern billionaire. He plays like a Northeast American billionaire, like a New York fat cat.
Mm-hmm.
Very funny. Basically, he is what Vince McMahon was kind of like thought to be, where it's like, everybody has a price. I'll pay this guy. And like, there's a story where Vince McMahon, a guy paid for the seat, and this guy was smoking cigarettes. And Vince McMahon goes up to him and goes, "Hey, put that cigarette out." And he goes, "What? No." Like, this is a fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put the cigarette out. Because he was like on the camera. And he's like, "No." He's like, "Well, then you can't sit there. Can't have you smoking on camera." And he goes, "I paid for this seat." And he goes, "All right, how much you paid for the seat?" And he goes, "I paid $150." He goes, "Here's $300. Go find a different seat." And I'm just like I heard that story and I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, if I had that kind of money and somebody was fucking with my potential, like, what's $300 to a guy who's going to sell the tapes, the taping that they're doing to a television company who's going to give him thousands upon thousands of dollars for that episode? Like, that is it. That's not even a drop in the bucket. That's a little like when you spit and like there's a little piece that goes off the main piece. That's what that is in the bucket.
Just a production cost at that point.
Like, yeah. Exactly. It's like, hey, get the fuck out of my camera shot. You're smoking a cigarette. I can't have that. No. I bought this
ticket. How about now?
I bought this seat. All right. How much you buy it for? $150. Fine, here's $300. That's why I always say, know your worth and then add tax. Add tax. Words are hard. Because, like, I always say this about, like, flying, right? If somebody is, like, I'm sure the three of us, we've all been on a flight. Have we all flown in our life?
Terrifying. I don't like them.
Okay.
I have, yes.
Okay. Have you ever been in the gate and they're like, "Hey, we're overbooked. We'll buy back your ticket and we'll get you a next ticket." And then it goes by for a couple minutes. Then they're offering an extra $100. Then they're offering $150, and then it's $200 plus all this stuff.
I've heard of that. I don't know if I've been on a flight that's done that.
Okay, I've been on several that are like that, and I have a set price of where I will be jump at it price. Often doesn't get there though, and the price is 250% of my ticket. So if I bought a $300 ticket, if you're offering me $700 or $750 plus buying the ticket and like getting me another and rescheduling my flight free of charge, I will do that. Because I just bought basically another flight. Like, I don't have I just got two. Like, I bought 2 flights for, and if like I think my last flight before the pandemic was San Diego for TwitchCon in 2019, and on the way back, I would have done it, but I had a connecting flight, so I flew from San Diego to Dallas and then Dallas to Philly, and they're like, "Hey, we can't make it, but." Or like we overbooked and this and that, and it got to like it got close to it. It was like $500, and I'm like, I might take it. Oh, but I got the fucking connecting flight. No,
you gotta go so much from there. Yeah, connecting flights are the worst.
I couldn't do it at all. I don't care how much money you're throwing at me. It does. Like, for me, it's the anxiety of another appointment.
That's fair.
If I would ever travel alone, maybe, but I've only ever traveled with family. So it's like 4 of us They don't need 4 usually. It's like
Yeah,
1
yeah.
or 2. So
Yeah.
it's just never a question.
Yeah, I fly by myself a lot, or I have flown by myself a lot. I won't going to the destination, right? Because like similar to what you said, Sandy. Like if I miss a flight and can't make the show that I was gonna go see on Thursday, but like the rest of the vacation, like nah, I'm trying to see that show on Thursday, or I'm trying to be. I have a hotel room for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm gonna be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like you're not getting me to leave early, or I'm not arriving late. There's no amount of money because now I have to like the value of it is I have to now make back at least the money for the hotel room that I just wasted a night of, and then like just all that shit.
Whatever you planned, and it's a lot. It can be a lot.
Whereas on the way back home, like it's home. Like, all right, maybe I have to take an extra day off of work, but if I personally have gotten the time off to be able to be like, oh yeah, look, they delayed my flight. Like I'm not gonna be there.
I'm sorry, bud. I can't. They delayed it.
Look, boss, I can't help it, boss. They delayed my flight. And they canceled this flight, so I'm not coming home until I'm stuck in Dallas until tomorrow morning. Because that's the other one. If they overbook a late flight, you have them over a barrel. You basically be like, I want a hotel. You help me get it. You help me reschedule, and I want my money.
I couldn't like, because there's a little bit of hand holding there as far as like you handle booking and blah blah, but still that's like that's still another like I made this appointment, I'm here, like I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just all that stuff is like way too much effort for me. Because I've dealt with a couple like layover stuff. Like there was one bowling tournament in Reno, and like bad snow, all the flights got canceled. Like I had to sleep in an airport for like a whole day, and if it wasn't for the guy that I went with, like scheduling new flights and stuff, I would have been just stuck there.
That's rough. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the nightmare situation, being stuck in a fucking airport for way too long. I hate layovers that are longer than 2.5 hours. Like the perfect layover is like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. This way, if your flight takes like an hour, like it takes an hour to depart, or like it lands an hour later than it was supposed to, you're still good. You got a half hour to get to the gate. You have time to use the bathroom, depending on the airport. Like I was in, I think it was 2018. Trying to remember. Yeah, 2018. TwitchCon 2018. The landed in San Francisco, and it was a smaller flight from San Francisco to San Jose. And the plane was landed an hour and a half later than I was supposed to in San Francisco. So I'm panicking, like shit, my fucking, and they're like, I go up to them like, hey, I was connecting to this flight, y'all never said it, and like, oh, we're sorry. And I'm like, did I miss it? Like, what the fuck? Like, did I miss it because you guys like didn't let me off the fucking plane because I was connecting and I'm trying to get a fucking connect. And Lady goes, oh no, you're all right, you're okay. You still have half an hour. I'm like, oh, okay, this is good. Like, all right, whew. So they pushed it back or whatever. This is good. And I'm like, all right, where's the gate? And they're like, oh, it's on the other side of the airport. I'm like, fuck me. So I didn't even have time to use the bathroom. I'm like fucking running to the gate, like hoping that I fucking make it. And by running, I mean briskly walking. I'm not going to be the fool that's running through an airport. like I'm not going to sit here and fucking... I'm also way too big to be running full speed with a fucking luggage.
Yeah.
Like, No one's gonna get out of my way enough. I'm running over people. I'm gonna hurt people.
I had similar-ish experience where I had layout whatever, like, so I get off the plane, but I had my next ticket in the little in the seat ahead of me, whatever, the little pocket, and I forgot, and I started heading, and then I'm like, where is it? I was like, oh, I had to go back. Luckily, like, they were still like cleaning and stuff. I was able to get it, but I was like, I love my ticket. I need it.
Yeah, like the biggest panic. I would like to say that even though with the pandemic, I still feel like a experienced flyer and somebody who knows. I say that I'm sure the first time flying again, whenever that is, will absolutely be like just anxiety filled nerves, and because it's like, boy, I haven't done this in a while. I haven't. What time do I get to the gate again? What time do I need to? Okay, did I remember everything that I normally do? Like, because I had a solid rhythm where like 2 or 3 times a year I went to the airport and I flew somewhere, California, Toronto, California, Toronto, like just
Yeah,
But
I mean, we have like timeshare in Florida, so I mean, on average, I've flown almost like once a year for my life. It's still, for me, it's just I'm always going to be stressed about like appointments and things like that.
Yeah, it's it's definitely a feeling that you don't really get over, where you're just like, all right, because it's one of those things that's like it's out of your hands, right? Like, I got on the plane, I booked the flight, I'm on the plane, I can't control this going faster than it's like.
A lot of it really is, and it's just
we're gonna land where we're gonna land. Preferably
hopefully it's not in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, especially if you're flying from the East Coast to the West Coast. Because if you land in the ocean, how the fuck did you get to the ocean? Excuse me, weren't we supposed to be halfway? We're supposed to be over Kansas. Why the fuck are we in the fucking Atlantic Ocean?
And then you get Bagel Guy on the airplane thinking he owns the airplane.
You're not my father. You're not God, or you're not my boss. Like,
such an order to pick.
It really was. Like, boss being the third part, like in his head, right? Like, father, okay, God.
And what's worse than my father? God. God is worse than my father. What's worse than God?
My boss.
My boss, I guess.
Who is a higher power than God? My boss. I was like, I'm pretty sure non-believer is how the phrasing goes. But yeah, just I don't know. I enjoy flying, but it's definitely nerve-wracking sometimes, and I'm not.
Well, I mean, you only got to answer to God once, right? I got to answer my boss every day.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's I want to become a boss, right? I want to become a boss.
He's gonna have a long list, but I only got to talk to him the one time.
feel like I want to become a boss now, and I want to become a dickhead boss. I honestly, Myth, if you don't make that character soon, I'm making that character, and that's 100% the line of it's. Look, understand, you have to answer to God. But you only have to answer to him one time. You have to answer to me a lot more. Maybe I'll just fuck it. That'll just be muffins. Fuck it. Muffins tongue.
He just says in his little muffin voice, like,
yeah. Whoa! Understand this. Yes, you do have to answer to God, but you only have to answer him to one time. You're gonna have to answer to me a lot.
That's perfect.
Coming from a green-haired wannabe SoundCloud rapper. But
it's just gonna be Moss. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Mr. Muffins. Whatever you say, sure. Love Tilly, so good. But we are approaching the end of our time here just for today, but I had a blast doing so. From, inadvertently dunking on short people to talking about childhood insults. Again, calling people baby as an insult is 100% something I'm going to be doing. I've been calling people bozo a lot, bum. Those are very good. Something about B. Any word that starts with B is a really good insult, I feel like.
All right, T-bum.
I see. I'm just going to drop it because I can't argue it. Anyways, so GamingMyth, SandyJ. We'll get ourselves out of here. But before we do, Sandy, of all the things that we talked about today, combined with the Crybaby Match, last impressions of your time here on the Dork side of the ring.
Oh, I had a lot of fun.
That's good.
I
That's
get
good.
To hang out. I mean, I get to hang out with my friends, and we get to discuss things. What's not to love?
Exactly. That's why I love doing this podcast. Myth, what about yourself? All your time here on the Dork side of the ring, last handful of hours. What is the lasting impression from the Crybaby Match in the Dork side of the ring?
I had a lot of fun, but also wrestling is a lot of ouch.
Lot of ouch. Maybe that's a t-shirt. I do have to add some t-shirts so I can drop some during Grumm misses, like a little surprise, like surprise! I have a t-shirt. A lot of ouch is a solid t-shirt. I might have to commission Lady Outlier for some art, for some Dorkside art, and put that on a t-shirt. Stroking beard. Anyways, that's for that. Let's get out of here. We did the intros. We'll do the outros. Myth, go ahead, tell the people where they can find you, what you're looking for, what are you looking forward to, things that are coming up that you would like to plug, things you would like to plug, people you'd like to plug, things in general that mean mean a lot to you, especially during the technically the holiday season is over as of when people are listening to this. So really,
it's over by the time they listen to this. No, keep your Christmas lights up as long as possible.
There we go. Go ahead, Myth. Tell the people where they can find you and whatnot.
Okay. You can't really find me anywhere yet. We're still working on it, but eventually one day you'll find me making science content, hopefully. So this is a future site. Enjoy the future.
FutureMythScience.com. That's a solid. I don't know if that's let me see. Wonder if that actually takes me anywhere.
I'm going for an angle right now. I don't know if I want to cement it yet, but I have an idea.
All right. Well,
nothing's concrete yet.
FutureMythScience.com. Let's see. That site can't be reached, so there might not be one.
That means I could get that. I could get that domain.
You could get that domain. I don't know if that'll fit at all with what you're trying to do, but hey, who knows? I also will double down on myths. Keep your Christmas lights up for as long as possible. Your tree, though, you should probably take it out after New Year's, simply because your tree will start dying and rotting and potentially could catch flames. That's not good. But the lights themselves and around your house and outside your house, keep them up. If you have the inflatable ones, maybe not, because that's just a hassle. But the lights themselves are good. Anything else, Myth?
No, nothing else. Just have fun.
Just have fun. Sandy, take us home, pal. You have the floor to plug your stuff, where the people can find you, what you're doing, what are people doing, shit like that.
All right. If you want to find me never tweeting about stuff, the SandyJ_. If you want to find me not streaming, but maybe streaming, you can go to that evil website, SandyJ_.
That's twitch.tv/SandyJ_.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you want to find me in person, I wish you the best of luck.
I was wondering where you were going with that. I was like, what? Interesting. All right. Yeah. Best of luck. Unless you're me,
Yeah.
in which case I'd be like, Sandy, where the fuck are you? Let's meet up. And Sandy'd be like,
I got this picture I'm gonna give to Grumm. He's gonna put a link to it. You'll get to that's what I look like when I'm walking around on the street.
best of
Start
luck.
an ARG.
Sandy's on the other end of Liam Neeson's phone call. Like, I have acquired a set of skills that make people like me problem for people like you. I will find you and I will kill you. Yeah, well, best of luck then. Like, that's how.
Yeah,
Like that.
Good luck with that, buddy.
I want to redo Taken, but it's with New York mobsters as the villains. Like, yeah, okay, pal. All right, pal. Yeah, okay, all right. Get Johnner to play the guy who's answering the phone. Yeah, what do you want? That'd be good.
Yeah, don't drop your bagels on the way over.
Yeah, I like my bagels with cream cheese and butter.
But yeah, I don't do a whole lot on the internet other than hang out with friends and stuff. So not a whole lot to plug. Just follow my buddy Grumm everywhere and do all the things. Click the likes. Click all the things that give him money. And support him because he's a good guy.
Aw. Oh, that's so nice of you. Using your time to plug my stuff. Just like plugging my Grumm.tv. Actually, no, because by this time, I probably won't even be on Twitch. I'll have wrapped up my Grummas, yeah. I'll just be in the Discord, join.grumm.tv. Or you can just go to my Patreon, support.grumm.tv. That works too. Go to my Twitter, I am Grumm. At Dorkside Ring, Twitter and Instagram as well. Yeah, that all works. I'll plug those for Sandy so that you know where to follow Sandy's advice of following me and supporting me. I think that's it. I think we're good. I think we've covered what is and what is not a crybaby. What are poopy pants? I'm Team Poopy Pants.
Team
Poopy
Crybaby?
Pants.
Yeah. Team Crybaby, Team Poopy Pants. Maybe those are t-shirts too. Maybe this is the start of some t-shirts. Limited release. Hashtag Team Crybaby, hashtag Team Poopy Pants. But yeah, appreciate you guys being on the dork side of the ring, coming inside of the dork side of the ring. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Glad we were able to get it in before the end of the year. I told you, Sandy, get you in before the end of the year.
I wasn't worried.
No, I was. Just because my time has just been wild. But we were able to do it. We got it done. And it was good. Myth, thank you for coming along as well. I look forward
It was hella fun.
I look forward to showing you more pro wrestling nonsense. And a whole world of ouchies.
So many ouchies. So many ouchies.
So many ouchies. Until next time, thank you guys for coming on. It was a blast, and I love you guys.
I love you too, buddy.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Gaming Myth, for coming by one more time. Give it up for them. Hanging out. Good time. Yeah, it's me clapping them up. We're closing out the year strong here. Goodbye, 2021. Hello, 2022. The year of the merch, the year of the Grumm, the year of the dork side, the year of just a good time, right? It's going to be a good time. I have a feeling. Thank you guys for checking out this week's episode. Thank you once again to Sandy and Gaming Myth for being a part of it, for closing out the year strong. A lot of fun. Also, good job by them helping me come up with some merch, so expect some poopy pants and crybaby merch of some kind. I got the idea. It's going to be coming down the pipe at some point in early 2022 as well with some other things, and we'll have the link for that when that comes out. Thank you so much. Next week we have a fun episode. I think I'm going to make the executive decision as I record it of what we're going to watch, or what's going to be the next week's topic. We are absolutely 100% going to do Glacier. as next week's episode. Next week's episode, we're kicking the year off with Glacier, the WCW character that was a couple years too late to really maximize off of Mortal Kombat. We've got the CPFs, Connor Lane and Jackie Van from The Vault with Connor and Jackie, a podcast you need to go check out. It's a fun time with those two. I think we ended up thinking about Glacier as a lawn care person, so that's actually pretty fun. It's a fun episode next week. We're kicking off 2022 with a good one, with some good people, and we're kicking off with you, yes, you listener, listening. We're kicking off. Hopefully we'll see you there next week. If you do want to continue to support the podcast free of charge, go to the Instagram, go to the Twitter at Dorkside Ring, not Dorkside of the Ring, Dorkside Ring. You can also follow me. I am Grumm on social media as well, Twitter, Instagram. You can go to the Apple Podcast Store, Apple Podcast app. Go to the Dorkside of the Ring, leave a 5-star review. We're going to get back into those, reading them once a month. Go there, leave a 5-star review. Let the people know what you enjoy about it, what you like. You sell it even better than I can, and I can sell this pretty well because I sold it to you, and your taste are impeccable. You have great taste, and the fact that you found taste in this podcast makes me feel very special. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week here, Dorkside of the Ring. Oh, also, don't forget, check out the Patreon. We got stuff over there. There are things that are for free if you would like to get a little taste. I left some stuff up from November because November is going to be our free month every year to let you know what you get when you are part of the Patreon. You go to support.grumm.tv and you can support the podcast, myself, everything we're doing over here, cooking up in this little 12 by 10 room, for a monetary value of your choosing. We got $1 tiers, $5 tiers, $10 tiers, $25 tiers, nothing more than that. But if you want to give more money, you're more than welcome. Don't be afraid to. I won't stop you, but I will pocket it. I love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week for the Glacier episode with Jackie Van and Connor Lane from the Vault podcast. Appreciate it, guys. Until next week, do yourselves all a favor and breathe. Relax. Unclench that jaw. Take your tongue off of the top of your mouth. Relax your shoulders. I'll see you guys next week here on the Dork Side of the Ring podcast.